Next on BGSU Brain Game, it is Patrick Henry versus Central Catholic. I think we better get ready for a synaptic tsunami. Only one team can leave victorious. Who's it going to be? Only one way to find out. BGSU's Brain Game starts right now. And welcome to BGSU Brain Game. It is Patrick Henry versus Central Catholic. Let's take a moment to meet our teams, starting with Patrick Henry, led by Coach Badenhop. In slot number 1, we have Griffin, a freshman. In slot number 2, it's Cora, a sophomore. And in slot number 3, it is Emma, also a sophomore. Now for Central Catholic, led by coaches White and Farina. In slot number 1, we have Zach, a sophomore. In slot number 2, Joel, the senior. And in slot number 3, another senior, it is Aiden. Welcome to you all, and welcome to BGSU Brain Game. Welcome to you at home as well. We're going to start things off as we always do with our toss-up round. In this round, all questions are worth 10 points. There is no deduction. Let me say that again. There is no deduction for an incorrect answer. So everyone can take a deep breath and relax. Have fun with this round. You may confer before buzzing in, and you can steal a question in this round. Here we go. First question, toss-up round is, this New England state's motto is freedom and unity. That would be Central Catholic. Zach.
New Jersey.
Incorrect. Patrick Henry, chance to steal. That would be Cora.
New York.
Incorrect. Vermont. Vermont is what we were looking for there. The study of the ways in which living systems interact is known as life science. By what? That would be Patrick Henry. Emma.
Biology.
Incorrect. By what name is the study of energy and matter known that includes the disciplines of chemistry, physics, and astronomy? Central Catholic, chance to steal. That would be physical sciences. Having experimented with various traits of pea plants and how these traits were inherited, this Augustinian friar is considered to be the founder of the science of genetics. Time, that would be Mendel. These long chains of amino acids help support muscle health and movement in the human body and include both collagen and elastin. Identify this nutrient that can be found in meats. That would be Central Catholic. Zach.
Protein.
Protein is correct. What part of speech does she represent? That would be Central Catholic. Zach.
Pronoun.
Pronoun is correct. With a scientific name of Felis catus, this common household pet lacks, that would be Central Catholic. Zach.
Cat.
Incorrect. Lacks the bone that provides the foundation for the shoulder girdle in humans. What is the bone that humans have, but cats don't? Patrick Henry, a chance to steal. Time. We were looking for the clavicle there, the clavicle. Despite everything, I believe that people are really good at heart was written in the personal journal of which author who hid in an attic space in an effort, that will be Central Catholic. Zach.
Anne Frank.
Anne Frank is correct. Multiple choice question. The Greek physician Hippocrates is often credited with developing the idea that the body's behavior is governed by 4 substances, including blood, yellow bile, black bile, and everyone's favorite, phlegm. What term that begins with the letter H did he coin for these 4 components? Was it A, haptics, B, hygiene, or C, humors? That would be Central Catholic. Zach.
Hygiene.
Incorrect. Patrick Henry, chance to steal.
A.
Need to buzz in, please. That would be Emma.
A.
Incorrect. It's actually C, humors. Name the largest island by area that is not a continent. That would be Central Catholic. Joel.
Greenland.
Greenland is correct. Another multiple choice question. If someone told you that they were an arctophile, what are they collecting? Is it A, antique maps, B, teddy bears, or B, stamps? Or C, stamps, I'm sorry. That would be Central Catholic. Joel.
C.
Incorrect. Patrick Henry, chance to steal. That would be Griffin.
A.
Incorrect. Teddy bears, believe it or not, teddy bears. That is the end of the round. Let's take a look at our score. We currently have Central Catholic in the lead with 40 points, but we're just getting started here at BGSU Brain Game. Stick around because the risk and reward round is coming up next. Stay tuned. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. Central Catholic currently in the lead with 40 points as we move to our next round. Both teams have elected to stay with their lineup from the last round, so let's get to it. This is the risk and reward round. There are going to be 3 categories to choose from. Patrick Henry, you're going to get to make the selection out of those first 3, and then you will own all 10 questions in that category. The first 9, 10 points apiece, no deduction for an incorrect answer. 10th question is the risk and reward question, where you can risk potentially up to 30 points in 5-point increments on that question. You get it right, you get the points. Get it wrong or a non-answer, no points. And if you don't like how things have gone, you can simply pass. Then Central Catholic, once they're finished with all 10 questions, you get to choose from the remaining 2 categories, and all the same rules apply. So what are the categories? Let's find out. Category number 1 is art. Category number 2, world geography. And category number 3 is business. Patrick Henry, you get to choose between art, world geography, and business. What do you think?
Geography?
World geography it is. Only the Himalayas are higher than this South American mountain range. That would be Emma.
Appalachian?
Incorrect. The Andes is what we needed there. The shore of this body of water is Earth's lowest point on land, more than 1,300 feet below sea level. What is it called? That'd be Emma.
Dead Sea?
The Dead Sea is correct. Multiple choice question. Which country lays claim to 8 of the world's 10 highest peaks? Is it A, China, B, Pakistan, or C, Nepal? That would be Cora.
Nepal?
Nepal is correct. What is the name for the narrow biblical sea between Saudi Arabia and Africa that has a vibrant blue-green color? In time? No. Red Sea is what we needed there. What country is home to Komodo National Park, the namesake of the Komodo dragon? That would be Cora.
New Zealand?
Incorrect. Indonesia is what we needed there. The Gulf of Mexico is actually an arm of the 2nd largest ocean called what? That would be Cora.
Atlantic Ocean?
Correct. What is the name of the longest river in France, famous for its picturesque valley and chateau? Time. The Loire is what we needed there. Multiple choice question. The Black Aegean and the Adriatic Seas all border what peninsula? Is it A, the Balkan Peninsula, B, the Scandinavian Peninsula, or C, the Iberian Peninsula? That would be Cora.
A.
A is correct. The Balkan Peninsula. Northern extensions of the Indian Ocean include the Arabian Sea off India's west coast and which bay to the east? Time. The Bay of Bengal is what we needed there. Risk and reward time. Patrick Henry, the topic is world geography. You can risk up to 30 points in 5-point increments on this topic, or you can pass. Patrick Henry, what do you think?
Pass.
Going to pass. Patrick Henry is going to pass. You now stand at 40 points. Central Catholic, you now have the choice between the following two categories: art and business.
We're going to go with business.
Business it is. This athletic shoe company was named for a fast African gazelle. That would be Joel.
Puma.
Incorrect. Reebok. Reebok. This phone company took its name from its origin within the Southern Pacific Railroad. It was acquired by T-Mobile in 2020. That will be Joel.
Sprint.
Sprint is correct. In September of 2025, this company brought back some customer favorites with their decade's Y2K menu. That'd be Joel.
McDonald's.
Taco Bell. Taco Bell. This company was founded in Rhode Island in 1923 by brothers Henry, Hillel, and Herman Hassenfeld, and began selling toys in 1943. That would be Joel.
Hasbro.
Hasbro is correct. Founded in New York in 1877, this national bank was named after a U.S. Treasury Secretary under Lincoln. That would be Joel.
Wells Fargo.
Incorrect. Lincoln's secretary was Chase. This Cincinnati-based company is known for being a lead seller in toothpaste, diapers, laundry detergents, and just about every household item. That will be Joel.
Arm & Hammer.
Incorrect. Procter & Gamble. He started his company in 1984, building and selling computers out of his dorm at the University of Texas. Who was he? Is he A, Jeff Bezos, B, Bill Gates, or C, Michael Dell? That would be Joel.
Dell.
Dell is correct. The name for this type of tax paid on expensive items considered non-essential, such as private jets, high-value antiques, and high-end jewelry. What is this tax called?
Luxury.
Joel, yes, luxury tax. Another multiple choice question. Which of the following financial statements provides a snapshot of a company's assets, liabilities, and owner's equity at a specific point in time? Is it A, income statement, B, balance sheet, or C, statement of cash flows? That'll be Joel.
B.
B's correct. Balance sheet. Risk and reward time now for Central Catholic. The topic is business. You can risk up to 30 points in 5-point increments on this topic, or you can pass. What says Central Catholic?
We're going to wager 10 points.
10 points on business. Here is your risk and reward question. For a sales team, the number of contracts signed per quarter might be one of these indicators, or KPI for short. What is it? Time, a key performance indicator, KPI. All right, end of round. Let's take a look at our score. We have Central Catholic still in the lead with 80. Patrick Henry making a move at 40 points. Stick around, we're only halfway there. The category round is coming up next. Stay tuned. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. Patrick Henry 40, Central Catholic at 80. Both of our teams have again elected to stay with the same lineup from the last round. So we're going to move directly into our category round. There are 6 categories to choose from in this round. Inside each category are 5 questions worth 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 points. But as I always like to remind you, this is where things start to get exciting because deductions do start now, meaning if you go for 20, you are risking 20 points. There is a double or nothing question hiding somewhere in that board. Double the points, no deduction for an incorrect answer on that one. You may confer before buzzing in, and you can steal a question in this round. Patrick Henry, since you are at 40 points, you get to make the first selection.
Revolutionary War for 10.
Revolutionary War for 10 points. Identify each of the following associated with the Revolutionary War in America. What event is often referred to as the first violent clash between British soldiers and colonists? That would be Central Catholic. Zach.
The Boston Massacre.
Correct, 1770. Central Catholic in control.
All right, we'll do Revolutionary War for 15.
Revolutionary War for 15 points. American who lashed his ship to the British Serapis in 1779 engaged in hand-to-hand combat and stated, "I have not yet begun to fight." That would be John Paul Jones is what we're looking for there. Central Catholic still in control.
We'll do Extreme Sports Gear for 30.
Extreme Sports Gear for 30 points. I will list off some gear used in extreme sports. You identify the sport. Sunscreen, board, wax. That would be Central Catholic. Joel.
Surfing.
Surfing is correct. Finn was the last one there. Central Catholic in control.
We'll go 25, same category.
Extreme sports now for 25. Winter jacket, boots, gloves, board. That would be Patrick Henry. Emma.
Snowboarding.
Correct. Patrick Henry takes control.
Christmas songs for 15.
Christmas songs for 15 points. I will give you a clue or question about a popular Christmas song. You provide the answer. What Christmas song contains the line, quote, "Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling"? That would be Central Catholic. Aiden.
Rocking around the Christmas tree.
Rocking around the Christmas tree. Correct. Central Catholic takes control.
We'll do Christmas songs 30.
Christmas songs for 30 points. Westward leading, still preceding. That would be Central Catholic. Aiden.
We Three Kings.
We Three Kings. Correct. Central Catholic in control.
Same category, 25.
That would be Christmas songs for 25 points. Name the only animal mentioned in the song "Away." That would be Patrick Henry. Emma.
Sable.
Incorrect. "Away in a manger." Central Catholic, chance to steal. That would be Aiden.
Cattle.
Cattle is correct. Central Catholic still in control.
Christmas songs for 20.
Christmas songs for 20 points. Fill in the blank to complete this song title. I heard the blank on Christmas Day. Time. I heard the bells at Christmas Day. All right, Central Catholic in control.
Let's finish the category.
Christmas songs for 10. According to a song on Elvis's Christmas album, what color Christmas? That would be Patrick Henry. Emma.
Blue.
Blue Christmas Without You. Patrick Henry in control.
5-letter verbs for 10.
5-letter verbs for 10 points. I will define a verb consisting of 5 letters, followed by the first letter of that verb. You identify the verb. To review materials already learned in order to make, that would be Central Catholic. Joel.
Study.
Study is correct. The letter was indeed S. Central Catholic in control.
Extreme sports 20.
Extreme sports now for 20 points. Boots, harness, helmet. That would be Central Catholic. Aiden.
Climbing.
Climbing, correct.
Sports for 15.
Sports for 15 points. Wetsuit or dry suit. Oxygen tank. That would be Patrick Henry. Emma.
Scuba diving.
Correct. Patrick Henry in control.
Extreme sports gear for 10.
Extreme sports gear for 10 points. Parachute, goggles. That would be Patrick Henry. Emma.
Skydiving.
Skydiving is correct. Patrick Henry in control.
Revolutionary War for 20.
Revolutionary War now for 20 points. This is the double or nothing question. Reminder, it's open to all buzzers. What was Abigail Adams' message to her husband? That would be Central Catholic. Zach.
Remember the ladies.
Remember the ladies indeed. Exact quote. All right, Central Catholic in control.
Rev War for 30.
Revolutionary War for 30 points. Name the French nobleman who fought alongside the Americans. Central Catholic. Zach.
Marquis de Lafayette.
Correct. Central Catholic in control.
Let's go international foods for 30.
International foods for 30 points. Identify each international food based on the description. The first letter of each correct response is provided. Aromatic, layered mixed rice dish, typically made with a long grain rice like basmati, a protein and rich blend of spices cooked slowly to allow the flavors to meld together, and the letter is B. That would be Patrick Henry. Cora.
Burrito.
Incorrect. Central Catholic, chance to steal. Time. Biryani is what we needed there. Central Catholic in control.
Rev War for 25.
Revolutionary War now for 25 points. Commander of British troops at the Battle of Lexington. That would be Central Catholic. Joel.
Benedict Arnold.
Incorrect. Patrick Henry, chance to steal, yes or no? They say no, it was Pitcairn is what we needed. Their end of round. Let's take a look at our score. Central Catholic still in the lead with 265 points. We have one more round coming up, and it's our brainstorm round, so stay tuned. And welcome back to BGSU Brain Game. Central Catholics 265, currently still in the lead. Patrick Henry 45 points. Again, the teams have elected to stay with their lineup from the last round, so we're going to just get right to it. This is indeed the brainstorm round. All questions in this round are 10, or almost said 10. I didn't mean 10, I mean 20. They're worth double that. 20 points apiece, deduction of 20 points as well, so be careful. Negative 20 points for an incorrect answer. You may confer before buzzing in, but you cannot, I repeat, you cannot steal a question in this round. Patrick Henry, Central Catholic, brainstorm round starts right now. What video game company created Fortnite? That would be Central Catholic. Zach.
Epic Games.
Correct. Give the name for the deep cooking pan with a flat, round bottom, often used. That would be Patrick Henry. Emma.
Wok.
Wok is correct. In C.S. Lewis's The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, this creature returns to life after having been sacrificed on the stone. That would be Central Catholic. Zach.
The Lion.
Will we accept the lion? We cannot. It was Aslan. We needed the specific name. The parathyroid are 4 tiny glands located in the neck behind the thyroid gland. They serve to regulate the amount of what mineral in the body? Time. That would be calcium. Which French philosopher wrote The Social Contract and exerted a great influence on the thinkers who formulated the Constitution of the United States? That would be Central Catholic. Zach.
Hobbes.
Incorrect. Jean-Jacques Rousseau is what we needed there. Anthropologist Margaret Mead wrote a famous book about adolescence. What is the title? Coming of Age in Samoa is what we needed there. What is the subtitle of the original 1904 Peter Pan play? Time. The Boy Who Wouldn't Grow Up. In Greek mythology, the ferryman who carried the dead over the river Styx to Hades. That would be Charon is what we needed there. Situated in the American South, this natural state's motto is Regnat Populus, or the people rule. Time. Arkansas. Largest layer of earth made of moving magma. That would be Central Catholic. Aiden.
Mantle.
Mantle is correct. At this point in the game, you may be getting sleepy. Identify the Greek god of sleep. End of round. Would you be surprised if I told you it was Hypnos? Hypnos is who it was. End of round, end of game. Let's take a look at our score. Patrick Henry, 65, and our winner with 265 is Central Catholic. Let's give both these teams a big round of applause. In the spirit of good sportsmanship, we're going to meet in the middle, shake hands, and we will see you at the next BGSU Brain Game.